All right, good evening. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is the Q&A. I should have probably brought someone on to talk to pass the time, but I had no time to plan this the entire week because I'm a professional content creator. And by professional, I mean kinda terrible when it comes to planning. And yeah, you're getting what you're getting today. I don't know where the day leads. I have only planned to answer your questions. So keep them coming. And before you ask, King Alpha, no! You will not get a grilled cheese sandwich or chicken nuggets or anything to fucking eat. No, sir. Good evening, King Alpha. How are you doing? I see a charity champ. I see a strategy information. I see King Alpha. Good evening. Hey, that's a question. Yeah, and I answered it up front because fuck you. I'm not giving you shit. No food, pack it in, everyone. Yeah, no. Wait, I said King Alpha wouldn't get any food. I mean, you don't either, but that's besides the point. So how's everyone doing today? Any plans for the weekend? I'm gonna ask you back. Any plans for the weekend? I have no plans for the weekend. I'm just happy that I don't have to work anymore. I'm so happy I don't have to work anymore. I can tell you that. Jesus Christ. What a fucking day, man. So, today, the big Q&A. So I hope you came all prepared, asking questions. If you want to ask questions, if not, we can just talk, and I can like get some topics going on the fly, I guess. I ain't sure what you want to talk about though. So what are we gonna talk about while you ask? No, Alpha. No. This is not going to fly. There is absolutely no way I'm making you a grilled cheese sandwich. No way in fucking hell. You ain't getting one. No. I will ban this emote from my channel. I will do that. Yes, no, I will. I will just put it. I just will put sandwich and the emote into the forbidden phrases. I will just do that. Will you help me with my Gooner game? It is an interesting question. I mean, I could, but what realistically do you expect me to do on that Gooner game? That's more like the question. Which role am I supposed to fulfill? Vidiot, welcome in. Welcome in, Vidiot. How are you doing today, sir? I'm asking the hard-hitting questions back. I have no idea. You wanted a question, you got one. Yeah, but like now we're in a dialogue, Crumb, and we have to keep going, you know? Theoretically, I'm not against helping you, so I would say yes, but you'd have to define the role that I would be taking in the development of your Gunner game. That is the important part. We need an outline for this, and then we can actually make go time and do your Gunner game. Isn't Lewis already helping you on that? Dialogue, maybe. Yeah, I can do that. I can write some dialogue for you. Could you make a video game about no. Fucking play Cooking Mama. Holy shit. Not too shabby, my friend. You are looking as schmexy as ever. Thank you. Very much thank you, Vidiot. Alpha, there is a video game series called Cooking Mama. Just play that, okay? There is like everything in there you need, right? And then you have something about cooking. Cooking Mama is, by the way, fucking based. It's one of the it is factually the best cooking game on the market, and I will not have it any other way. Cooking Mama on the DS and on the Wii are fucking fire. Like, they're some of the best cooking games ever. And that doesn't satisfy my food need. I don't care. It's a good fucking game. Who wants his foodie need? Oh my god. You're not a fucking foodie. You're just a glutton. God damn it. Not exactly. He's testing the shader with me and with my Serene model, but that's not related to the Guna idea. Okay. I thought it would be. I just saw him posting something and I was like, hey, are you two working together now? Are you making the Guna game together? And then it was like, yeah, Gunner game. Gunner game. Yeah. What's new and exciting, my dude? There's actually a lot. I started working on a video game. I'm doing a visual novel. I have a developer server with a video game developer server with 9 members that's more active than my actual Discord server. Which I love, by the way. No knock against Crumb or anyone who partakes in that. And yeah, there's a lot going on actually. Oh yeah, I wanted to hit you up, Video. Exactly. I wanted to ask you something. It's still far out. Please share it with me when you get the chance. Oh, I will. I wanted to ask you if, I mean, we need to talk about the price, obviously, but if you would be willing to maybe compose a track or two for the visual novel, a bit, maybe something up your alley. We just need to talk about it a little bit because I know you make music and I think you'd be a great fit for it. Maybe the title track or something. I'd be honored to be part of it. Yeah. We need to talk about it, but I can send you at least. I'm gonna send you the 4 main characters that I have at the moment, relatively spontaneously right now, and without much context. And you can then decide what you think of them and if you still want to be part of it, because wait, where are you? Where are you on my friends list? I don't see you. Wait, you might be offline. There you are. Okay. Let me drop the wisdom on you. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll read chat in a second here. But I need to send my friend over here the main characters. So that he knows what's up. Because like I said, I wanted to ask you actually for longer, but it's like I didn't get around to it, and I was really I'll be right. There he is. There we go. Okay. Send it to you. They are on their way. Hello, and huge congrats on the 1,500 of thank you. Who knew you was such a dom? Oh my. Oh my, Charlene. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, sometimes I dominate. Sometimes I don't. It is always a situational thing, if you catch my drift. I'd be honored to be part of it. Okay, so what did Crumb write? I'm more likely to work on the Guna game with Philopunk. Yeah, okay. I mean, do that. I was just like I said, I was just seeing you and Louis being like, oh yeah, I tested this, and I'm like, are you two working together? So yeah, well, yeah, ask anything. Charlene, you can ask me anything too. I'm open to discussions today. And ask me anything. As long as you... Anything, huh? Yeah, anything. Anything. The big question is, do you get an answer to it? What answer you're gonna get to it? That's always a big question. All questions are allowed, but what is the answer to it? That's the other question. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Okay, so this is a weird one. I'm very indifferent about it. I know there's like this hot debate, but I feel like you can do it, and it's been a main staple of pizza where I am from, because we also have shit like Hawaiian toast, which is basically ham and pineapple and cheese on toast. So I'm not really sure if we're culinarily a very advanced nation. But I do kind of like to share this little anecdote because it's kind of funny. I have a language-based education, and I had an Italian teacher, and she came from Neapel. Napoli. What's the English term? Neapel. I don't know. Napoli. It's Napoli. Okay, they come from Napoli. She was from Naples. Naples, exactly. Now I Naples. And she was. And if you know anything about Naples, pizza comes from Naples. And she was so strongly opposed against pineapple on pizza. And I love that woman for it, because she flew into one day during a lesson, she flew into an entire tirade of how pineapple on pizza is the worst thing in the universe. And it was great. It was great. A very, very animated Italian mom telling you that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Very passionately, too. It was a great day at school. Whenever you have time. Yeah, sure. I can give you some directions. I was... Just in general, I was thinking about metal in general, but I think we should talk about it at some point. Yeah. Once my idea is more formed. And by the way, I didn't forget what I told everyone. I have the key art is in the making, and I will soon definitely do the developer stream and unveil the visual novel proper. Speaking of metal, have you heard the new Muse album? No, I have not. I will check it out. I will definitely check it out. When it comes to music, I love you're doing a visual novel. Yeah, I do. In fact, if you look up Orc Bun Studio, wait. I don't know. Do you have like Twitter or Blue Sky, Darlin? Yep. So, what the fuck is this now? No, I don't want to subscribe and pay. Fuck off. I don't want to give this man money. At least not more than I already do. If you look up the handle, wait, I'm gonna paste the handle in the chat. You can look up or see some of the designs already there for the characters. I've posted them also in the community post tab here. So, you can take a look. It's the same handle on Blue Sky as well, by the way, so it doesn't really... I think the Italians are probably always angry at us for bastardizing a lot of their creations. Not really. It kind of depends a little bit on the Italian, actually. But she in particular, this teacher in particular, was very, very proud of the cuisine of her country, and rightfully so. Italian cuisine is fucking fantastic. And she just hated pineapple on pizza, and I think with full right. I don't hate it. I'm very indifferent about it. I sometimes even eat it, but my favorite pizza toppings are actually anchovies, to shock the entire audience. I love anchovies on fucking pizza. There you go. Pepperoni and anchovies. The new Muse album. Let me check this out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about music. So, when it comes to music, and this is like me. Oh god, anchovies, I didn't think anyone liked them outside of cartoons. Well, I'm a cartoon person on the internet, so it kind of fits, huh? Music, exactly. I'm mostly caught up in the 80s when it comes to music. Listen to a lot of 80s musics, like, I don't know, pop hits, glam rock, glam metal. Yeah, that's me. One of my favorite songs of all time is Kickstart My Heart from Mötley Crüe. It's like one of the best rock songs ever recorded. I will take no contest to that. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Vidiot. If you look at the character sheets that I sent you, all three of them have musical themes. You can look at those for a little bit of inspiration as well. One of the characters has even a hailstorm song as their theme, kinda. So yeah. And Okay, where was I? I completely lost my train of thought. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. I completely forgot. We, um, yeah, exactly. We are in our Q&A for 1,500 subscribers. I will definitely have some fun with and see what I can come up with. Yeah, don't, like I said, don't sweat it. It's still a long way out, and we also need to talk about compensation. Because I won't let you work for free on this. I just yeah. Other than that, what other nice anecdotes do I have? Oh yeah, I'm gonna retell the story. Because new viewers are here and maybe you haven't heard it yet. Did you know I worked at a video rental store for a little bit? And guess which counter little old Orco worked? Guess what counter little old Orco did work? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had like one day to get familiar with the entire thing. And then little old Orco, a little bit over 18 years old, between 18 and 19. Guess what counter he worked? Guess the counter. Obviously, it was the fucking porn counter, because whatever the fuck else would it be? The porn counter. The prawn counter, yeah. It was. It was the funniest 8 months of my life, and then I lost the job because I couldn't stop laughing. And make being like an obnoxious little shit. Was you given an education about many things? I know that Germans love their shit porn. I know they love their scat. I know they love their piss, and I know they love their granny porns a lot. That is what I got educated about. Germans are not the scat, the gold medalists in scat. Those are still the Japanese. But we are certainly silver medalists when it comes to that particular genre, unfortunately. So South Park was right, you know. The South Park movie with Cartman's mom. Yeah, you know that scene. I have to hand it to them. Kudos. It was good research. That's just a thing. I know Crumb already turned the stream off because he's very, very not happy with that topic. But that's okay. I'm so sorry, Crumb. I'm so sorry. What else was I educated about? I've never I never knew that a let's call it what it was, a pussy. That a pussy could take 3 dicks at once. I'm pretty sure that must have hurt like hell. Yeah. I was also educated about the fact that gays love fisting. Like, I think I've never in my entire life saw so many fists in that many ass. That is also something that I will not forget. And by the way, I was asked to leave. So basically in Germany they can't really fire you because we have actual workers' rights over here. Um, and I was basically asked to leave after 8 months. Because I was just that there was like a guy and he rented a porn movie and I thought the title was fucking hilarious. It was a German porn about grandmas, and I tried to roughly translate the title. It was Granny's Old Cooter, dry aged meat. It's and Granny's the best was the subtitle. Granny's dry aged old scooter meat. Granny's the best. That was the title. And I was just having a total laugh at that. And the guy complained to the boss because obviously he felt like I was laughing at him. I probably indirectly was. That title is just fucking ridiculous. And my boss then basically asked me to leave, and I was like, yeah, sure. I can make more money somewhere else because I got like this was before we had actual like a base hourly wage. That was before that time. And I was like paid like €4 an hour or something. And I was like, yeah, I can make more money elsewhere. I don't really need that. The horror. Yeah, it was. It was very, very horrific. But I got through it. I'm still unscathed, I think. I'm not sure. I would call myself a somewhat adjusted individual of society. But yeah, that's the story of me having a job in a video rental store. Any more funny? Any more funny stories from my side? I worked. Oh yeah, that one is also good. Man, I worked at a video game retailer. I sold video games for a living. That was after my stint at the video rental store. I was at GameStop or anything. I was like at a local retailer, and yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. Not. It was awful. We had like the worst working conditions, the worst shit. Like you didn't even know how you would work tomorrow. Like the boss didn't even wrote the shifts down. Nothing. The guy just basically paid you €6 an hour and expected you to be there on time and just do your job or coordinate with your colleagues. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not here. And one day, they didn't even. One day nobody even turned up to open the store. That was funny because nobody had a shift plan, nothing, and we all were assuming, yeah, somebody will go to the store and open it eventually. And then it's Saturday and nobody's there to open the damn store. That was so funny. Yeah, well, that was a thing. And we would, and no, I know you was going to do shit. You had to put up with that in the porn wing. the video store. Yeah, no. Exactly. I had to put up with that at the porn count of the video rental store. And yeah, the boss was obviously very mad at us for nobody turning up. And we just said, yeah, so what? Make shift plans, bitch. And then he slowly started doing the shift plan. And you guys, you do not know. You do not know what kind of fucking crap people will go and try to sell you, because it was a trade-in store, so you could sell your video games and get obviously either money or trade-in credits. I had a long-standing tradition at that store. They 100% did that all the time. And they, yeah. And like I saw things, holy shit. And I did things that were actually downright mean. Somebody brought in a Sega Dreamcast, and like it was like these. Do you know these banana crates? These kind of banana crates where they put the bananas in. Somebody brought in like 5 banana crates. A Sega Dreamcast. That was the first crate, like the console and everything you need to plug it into your TV. The second crate was just hardware, additional controllers. There was an arcade stick in there. Everything. Like everything you would ever want for a Dreamcast. Memory cards, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. Rumble packs. You name it. And wait, did the Dreamcast have rumble packs? I think it did. Yeah, it did. And the other 3 crates were chock full of video games. And it weren't just like your standard video games. That guy had some rare shit. Some really good stuff that was not pressed at infinitum, and you had actually a hard time finding some of those games already. And I looked through all these crates, and everything was like in a really, really well, really good condition. I was listening to you, the AJ's connoisseur convo, you cheeky are. I mean, you know, you have your experiences. Oh, good, man. I appreciate the lurk. And it was all in very good condition. Some stuff was even mint condition. And I like, and I knew we could sell that for a lot of money. Running the adult section with honor. I would say I didn't run that with honor at all. That was no way. And I knew we like these 5 banana crates full of Dreamcast stuff could net us a pretty penny. And I went in like, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna look through all this and evaluate it all separately, because it was also like half an hour before we closed when he come in with that shit. And I was like, are you fucking for real, bro? And I was like, look, I'm gonna give you 200 for all 5 crates. And he looked at me and he was like, what? Are you for real right now? This is worth more. And I'm like, yeah, but look, you have to pay me. You have to pay for the store. You have to pay for everything, for the electricity, that we can keep the doors open, you know. And I'll just say, take it or leave it. And he was thinking, you saw it in his eyes, and you could see like the tiny cogwheels in his brain working. Do I take the 200 and leave all of this there? And I was like, dude, you gotta make space for the other customers. I pressured him. I was a shithead back then. I really was. And he's like, yeah, okay, I take the 200. And then I just like did a check-in with him and got the 200. And yeah, we sold that shit for so much more. Holy fuck. Of course, my boss was very happy with it because never saw so much money ever. And yeah, good. I basically made the store a lot of money and didn't have anything for it. Yeah, I gotta maximize the profits, Agartha. It's the only way, you know? The only way that capitalism works. The line must go up. Always. You know that's the best, right? If line goes down, I popped out of nowhere. Hell yeah. Welcome, Akira. So welcome, Agatha. So yeah, that's my stint at the video games. Yeah. Kind of funny how things go sometimes. Like I worked a couple of months in a video rental store. Worked almost 1.5 years at the video game store. Then I did something else. I did some construction. Yeah, I really when I was between like 18 and let's say 23, I didn't really know what to do with my life. I mean, I didn't really know until I was like 27, and you can see that in my biography. But at one point, I came to my senses at least. So that's yeah, a lived experience, so to speak. So yeah. Any other questions? I know Agartha did like threaten me with questions. Have you ever played Elder Scrolls games? Yes, I have. And without saying too much, my favorite is Morrowind, followed by Daggerfall, followed by Oblivion. You may notice that I didn't mention Skyrim. That's because I don't like Skyrim. I'm gonna out myself here. And I don't accept, but it's good with mods as a, I don't play MMOs. I have tried, the Elder Scrolls Online, but I do not play MMOs. I do not like MMOs, and it is probably not my place to judge an online an MMO game because I just don't play them. I've played the only MMO I really played, or MMORPG I should say, I ever played to have an opinion actually on is Dark Age of Camelot. And I also played yeah, I wouldn't say that much, but I actually also played Ultima Online for a time. And it's, yeah, I can't. I'm just of my world. That's always been like my thing. I've always been a single player gamer. I think that is the bad, the good and bad about me, because you can't really get me to play multiplayer games. I mean, I play a co-op shooter here and there with friends. I played a lot of Hunt Showdown. I like that one. And I also played a lot of Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov. Especially on Mixer when I was still streaming on Mixer. Escape from Tarkov was like my main game. But it's like it is exceedingly rare that I play like these online games because I always know it's just not for me, no matter how many times I try. I tried to get into World of Warcraft 4 times. When it was first released, when the second expansion was released, then 5 years ago, and then 3 years ago. Every single time, I completely dropped it after a few days because I just can't be bothered. And I know this is probably disappointing for a lot of viewers, but I'm just gonna be honest. Morrowind is the GOAT. Kirkbride is the king of test writing. I will 100% agree. I tried to get into it myself, turned myself into a big cat furry leopard, something on its Switch one time, tried to get into it, not as easy as it seemed. I mean, it's also a fairly long game. So yeah. Do you have a favorite horror game? On top of my head, I would say Yappy Psycho is pretty damn good. There is others like Resident Evil, Silent Hill. There's a lot of horror games I really, really like, and I don't think there is like one unified, really great game. Where I say, yeah, this is like super, super standout. But more often than not, if people ask me for my favorite horror game, I would say something like Yappy Psycho. Yappy Psycho is fucking goated. I don't think it's possible to like every game. No, it's not. Do you like traditional art? Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Baroque sculptures. Like Barini. He made the Apollo and Daphne sculpture, like the scene from the Greek mythos. It's the Greek mythos, I think. Yeah, where Apollo just grabs the dryad Daphne, and she starts turning into, I think it was stone. Anyways, the sculpture portrays the scene, and it is so good. It is so dynamic, and it looks fantastic. In general, if it comes to art, I like traditional art a lot. My specialized field during my education as translator and interpreter was actual art, or humanities as they called it. We talked a lot about art, architecture, and stuff like that. And yeah, I even wrote a lot of essays during that education on art. So yeah, I like traditional art. Probably my favorite, yeah, art movement. Can you say movement? I don't know if you can say movement, but like general, please make a Baroque statue tier list. That would be both really out of nowhere and kino as fuck. I will actually do that because that is a fucking amazing idea. That is, I will do that. I will do a Baroque tier list sculpture. Yeah. So yeah, I like traditional art. Or we can't just make it generally a Baroque art tier list. That would be actually even better, where we just take it from everywhere, and I educate you guys a little bit on the background of the piece and what it portrays and how it was made and where it is, and then we assign it to a tier. That is actually a fucking amazing idea. I love that. I will make that happen, actually. Have you played Nier Automata? Because I do like that game. I have played Nier Automata, and I love Nier Automata because Nier Automata is scolded. Yeah, so but that's no surprise. I mean, you can only laugh. It's actually really raining outside where I am, but it's also the background doing it. I put on some background noise because, as you can see, if you look through the window of the of my coffee shop where we are, you see the wind, and then it's raining a little bit in the background. And I put in some raining noise because I love that sound. It calms me down, and I got complaints that people hate the cicadas. So I went with the rain today. Pretty beautiful and scenic. Yeah, it was a free background actually. I found that. Have you played Mass Effect? I have played Mass Effect 1 and 2. Yes. I liked the first one a lot, despite its flaws, and I wish they did more or go more in an RPG-centric direction with the franchise. But they went the opposite way, and did more an action-oriented route, and I didn't very much like that in the second one. However, the writing in the second one is a lot better than in the first one. I will absolutely concede to that. Do you have a favorite anime? Just throwing, yeah, just ask whatever you want. It's not even a random question. I love anime. So are we talking about movies or anime series? That is the big one. If we talk about movies, I would spontaneously say it's Ghost in the Shell. If we talk about series, it's gonna be a it's gonna be a tie between Neon Genesis Evangelion and JoJo. Do you know why Asarians don't wear miniskirts? Because they like to go man. Crumb, do you have PTSD from the Mako? I know I do. I guess you could say a movie in a series and a series. Yeah, like I said, it's if we just talk slowly about movies, it's Ghost in the Shell. I don't even have to think about it. Because you have to realize Ghost in the Shell, it wasn't my first anime that I watched. The first anime I actually watched, bar Sailor Moon and the stuff that you saw on Saturday morning here where I live. The first anime I watched, there is like, you all probably know Fist of the North Star. And I would go, that was in the 90s, and I was obviously a younger kid in the 90s, and I think it was 1997 or something. I always forgot the year. I wasn't 16 even yet. I turned 16 exactly in the year 2000. So, and I would go to the video rental store. I loved video rental stores. Video rental stores were my everything back then. And they had like a section, obviously, where they would, as long as they weren't like indexed or even banned movies, you could display them. And there was like a cut where they like cut the first arc of the 80s Fist of the North Star series together into a movie. And that movie was released on VHS in Germany. And I went to the video rental store, and you have like you had different like age classifications, and there was like for everyone 6, 12, 16, and 18. That's the thing that we have had here. But there was something else. And I saw this sticker for the first time because I was like, why is this cartoon here in the 18 section? I would just go into the 18 section because they could display it to minors. You only can't portray index and banned movies to minors. And I was in the 18 section and I was like, why is this cartoon in the 18 section? It's just a cartoon. And I would take it, and then it had like a huge sticker on the back. It was red, blood red, and it said, "This movie is not to be given to minors." Something like that. And I've never seen this sticker before. I know now that it means that the movie is just not rated. It's basically our unrated sticker. I need to find that and put it maybe up if I ever find one. And it was unrated. I didn't know that back then. I was like, what? That must be the best thing since sliced bread. And I went home, little old me, I was, I don't know, 14, 13, something like that. And I would beg my grandmother to rent this movie for me for weeks. For fucking weeks. And after like 4 weeks of just flat out begging her to get this movie for me, she couldn't hear it anymore. My poor grandmother. And she went to the video rental store and got it for me. And I sat down, I put this thing in, and I was blown the fuck away. I was blown the fuck away by everything. But shortly after that, I found out it was called an anime. And somebody who was older, like I had friends and they obviously had older brothers and whatnot. Somebody older told me about a movie called Ghost in the Shell. I was like, whoa, that sounds so cool, a ghost in a shell and whatnot. He was like, yeah, you gotta watch that one. Fist of the North Star is good, but this one is like out of this world. I'm like, yeah, but it's only for 16-year-olds because he showed me the VHS tape. And he's like, it doesn't matter. This one's better. It has tits. And I'm like, what? And the next day, I went to my grandmother and started begging her to rent me that movie. And I did it for 6 weeks. And she did it. She eventually did it. And then I watched that movie. And I was completely blown away. Because it was so good. Like, I think I wore out the fucking tape of, because I had it over the weekend from the video rental store. And I watched it like 5 or 6 times because I was so blown away by just how cool it was. I didn't even understand everything the movie tried to communicate because I was just a stupid teenager. But I was certainly vibing with it. And yeah, that was fucking amazing. Yeah, so I put Ghost in the Shell firmly on top of the best anime movies, and Fist of the North Star second one, of course, because it was the first one. It blew me away, but it didn't blow me away as much as Ghost in the Shell did. Yeah, Fist of the North Star OP goes stupidly hard. It actually does. It really does. Yeah, and then it was just a, should I say downhill from there? Yeah, probably I will say downhill from there. I started like there was like a comic store here in our city, and they had anime on VHS tape. Like they had a selection. I didn't even know you could buy these movies on VHS. And then I went to the store and like I said, I was like 13 or 14. I couldn't buy anything there. It was all for 16 years and up. And they also had imported VHS tape. That was it. That was the fucking shit, you know. They had some imported VHS tapes from the UK, because the UK was compatible with our 50 hertz TVs. The anime went downhill because the third anime I actually watched was The Wind of Amnesia, and that one is kind of shit. It's certainly not good. It's certainly not revered as a classic, because it was the only tape I could buy, because it was like for 12-year-olds. I was like, shit, I can't buy anything here. It's all for 16-year-olds. Oh, this one is for 12-year-olds. Let's buy it. And then I went with my pocket money that I got, and I slammed it down, and I was like, hell yeah, bought my first anime, and it was shit. It was not good. Even if you look it up today, Wind of Amnesia is not very revered. It was like the 90s trash OVA that they produced en masse. It's just not a good anime. It got a lot easier when I started, or when I turned 16. Then I had a bit more leeway, but yeah, I really started collecting anime VHS tapes. Unfortunately, I don't have my collection anymore because but yeah, I got some classics though. I got Gunsmith Cats, which was pretty great. I bought, I don't even know how you say that in English. 3x3 Eyes. They had an anime. I barely remember that one though. Basically about a three-eyed goddess and a guy who can't die and has to do her bidding. It's wild. I don't even know if that came out. Oh yeah, it came actually out in English. And they had like OVAs too. 3x3 Eyes, I think. Yeah, 3x3 Eyes is what you say. I watched the anime. I enjoyed it. And another anime, it was just completely stupid. It's not even a good anime. But so imagine that, yeah? It's your 16th birthday. You can finally go into that comic book store and buy almost everything they got, yeah? Bar the 18 ones, yeah? But you have finally a big selection of anime, yeah? And you're a 16-year-old. And what is the first thing you buy? Of course, Devil Hunter Yoko, an anime that is basically Sailor Moon, just with naked change scenes, with naked transformation scenes. Because of course that's the first thing you buy as a 16-year-old, because you're fucking horny and you want to see 2D women strip down and show their tits. That is what you want. That is what you want. Wanna know which first animes I ever watched? Streaming services when I was young. It was early version of Netflix. Yeah, sure. Rosario Vampire, Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist. Those are some good ones. What's something in Bara media that you wish to see more often? Good stories. Don't get me wrong, there are good stories in Bara media. Yeah. There are good stories. I'm not saying they're all shit. But they could be severely more than they are. Because other than Project Echo, I think everyone is just doing the old, I need to get my rocks up. Mine was Excel Saga. Excel Saga is fun too. Yeah, like I said, my second one was which one? Oh yeah, I watched MD Geist. MD Geist is also one that I wanted to have desperately because it was like, oh yeah, that's for 16-year-old. MD Geist is fucking bad. Like, oh my god. I wasted so much money on bad anime during the VHS era. Holy fuck. And MD Geist 2 is bad as well. Oh my god. Morinatsu isn't top of my head right now. I would assume most of it's in visual novels. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Probably or a good point. I wish that Bara media would branch out more, and maybe that we see a real video game with them. A beat 'em up like Devil May Cry. That would be fucking great. And I'm not saying anything about the cover art. The cover art is great from MD Geist. Like, it also has in general really good art, but the rest is just god awful. I love to see Morinatsu have an OVA at least. I'm not sure if this is gonna ever happen. It's probably too niche. Didn't the developer even stop the project? My first anime was Uzaki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous and the Hilarious. That way they describe if Evangelion had a baby with Steven Universe. I love the Tiger Man from Morinatsu, not gonna lie. Maybe I'm not very good. A very good otaku. It has nothing to do with being an otaku. We all like anime to some extent, I believe, in here. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. So yeah, I was actually thinking about like reviewing BL mangas on the channel for a little bit. I have one here. I got a special. They had like a 2-for-1 at the bookstore for some selected for some selected manga, and one of them is called Sex and Zombies, and it's like I got like 2 issues for like 10 euros, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna read that and review it. I haven't read that thing yet, but I might read it and put it on screen for you all just for a good laugh. I think if it's shit, we can laugh at it, and if it's genuinely good, I can give you like a rundown why to read it. I wish we could see Bara titty ripple around in anime more. You'd have to have the right creator for that, and I don't think Bara artists are in mainstream anime. Started the 3 furry comics online. Cruelty, Rookies, Closet Coon, and Associated Student Bodies. Associated Student Bodies sounds so wild. Need more man fans. I just need more good stories. Give me good stories. I love good stories. Make me care about these characters. So no knock against the developer, and they even say it at the start. That the visual novel is incredible horny, but I downloaded Claw Star Wrestling because somebody recommended it to me, and I played Claw Star Wrestling for 10 minutes and then put it away because it was just too horny. It was just too horny for me. I was like, I don't need this. This is not for me. Because make me care about the characters first before they fuck. Or face sit, I guess. But I will say one thing, from what I've read, the writer at least fundamentally understood how wrestling works. So yeah, that's a huge plus. And how wrestling behind the scenes also. So he had a lot of insight on that. So that I said something positive too, because I don't like mostly go after media. You gotta say something positive for once. Oh yeah, another anime that I was watching when I turned 17 that blew me away. I know there's this anime out there. It's like a giant robot one, and the robot is male coded and gay for its pilot. And there's two main characters who have this constant "are they" thing. I never heard of that. The last giant robot anime I've watched is actually fairly recently, and it's called Space Runaway Gideon. But that doesn't match your description at all, unfortunately. But I would recommend Space Runaway Gideon a lot, especially if you are into Gundam, but thought Gundam wasn't dark enough already. Don't recall what it's called. It's out recently. Could it be like Witch from Mercury? That it? But no, it's gay, you said. Witch from Mercury was a lesbian. Or lesbian coded at least. I have to look it up. I actually don't know. I'm not. Giant robots with gay coded robots. Oh yeah, I wanted to come back to the one anime that also kinda blew me away. So there is an anime called Genocyber. I watched that when I was 17. That one was also. Oh boy, you are Left 4 Dead boy. Yeah, I like. Actually, I like Left 4. Yeah, Left 4 Dead is fun. Get the right people together and you have. Oh, I know Genocyber. Yeah, I watched the first episode and oh boy, that was something violent. But then after that, like the episodes kind of devolve into like a lot of nothing. Casual memories of all the dead corpses. Yeah, the hospital scene when I raid the hospital and just kill fucking everyone. No shits given. Everyone is just stripped of their skin. Most violent way to go ever. Fucking insane. Friend of mine accidentally watched Demon City. Oh, Audio 808 with his mom. There was tentacles and fangs in places where fangs should not be on a lady. Hey, Cyber City. Audio 808, I love that one. It is so much better than it has any right to be. Or are you throwing like two animes together? Because you say Demon City, there's two. There's Wicked City, where you have the spider lady with the pussy teeth, I think. And you have Cyber City Audio 808. And that's more like an anthology movie. But it's good. It's really good. Wicked City I have actually on either DVD or Blu-ray, one of the two. Wicked City is fun. There's also a live action remake. Barely anybody knows about that one. They did it in Hong Kong. It's not as graphic as the anime, but it's out there. It exists. There is a Wicked City live action adaptation. So here's some knowledge you probably didn't have. Talking about ultra-violent anime, there's also Violence Jack by the one and only Gona Guy. Uran and Fruits Basket actually finished them. Nice. What else? What else is there? Violence Jack, the 3 Violence Jack movies. Devilman, obviously. By the way, if you have not watched Devilman Crybaby, please do so. It is fantastic. There is absolutely no discussion to be had. It is probably my even if you consider the OVA and everything that came before, I love Devilman Crybaby. It's probably the best interpretation of the source material. I'm like Kakuin from JoJo with the sunglasses. Aren't you more Kakuin when he does the cherry thing? Leather. I think my first anime was either Hetalia or Uran Host Club. I have to actually pass them both. Those names do not ring a bell with me. I wish I know where to watch many shows nowadays. I would just say, sail the high seas and get them there. Not that I would ever encourage piracy. Yeah, my attorneys informed me that piracy is very illegal. So yeah. But just know it's an option out there. That note, but I didn't have a chance to tell you this, but my operation went well. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. Very good. You don't know the Kakoi cherry thing? You've never seen doing Kakoi and his cherry thing? Must send you to a window. What? You send me to a window? No, you do the cherry thing, okay? I don't think I'm strong enough to do crime. Look, I'm not saying it's not a crime, yeah? But nobody cares. Except the German government. They actually do care. And you actually get convicted for it here. It's fucking funny. Probably for the best. I mean, I've seen some shit anime in my day, so it can't be that bad. So yeah, Devilman Crybaby is a unique vibe. I don't think any show will ever recapture that feeling. I watched it with a fever, which might have impacted my feelings. Yeah, I would say yeah, probably. I still love that show to death. It is so good. It is such a shame it's on Netflix. I hate that for me, because I would love to have a Blu-ray of it. But yeah, it's on Netflix. Yay. But you know, I have a Blu-ray burner, and I can always, make my own Blu-rays. Just saying. Crazy, I don't know. I feel like I just need to be casual when I try to live a normal life as much as I can. I guess I could be a little daring at times. I'm so this might be a actually pretty good discussion for uh for this show, or for the Q&A. Um, here is a little stance that I have. I hate art being destroyed. I do not like it. And I consider everything when it comes to media art. I consider books art, I consider video games art, I consider movies, TV shows, everything art. Despite, for me, for example, not really being into TV shows. Or except for anime, obviously, because they are brisk 20-minute episodes most of the time. I can get behind that. That's fucking perfect. Let's go. I love old school art like Super Dragon Blader art. I love Baroque art. I love any form of art. Great. Art does nice things to my brain. Art tickles me in places that feel good. And I hate art being locked to one platform. I hate being not able to own art that I like. I hate that I cannot buy, for example, Stone Ocean. I know JoJo Stone Ocean has its issues, but I also find a lot of enjoyment in other aspects of the show. I do hate that I cannot put it into my JoJo collection because I have every season of JoJo on Blu-ray except Stone Ocean because Netflix can't be arsed to release anything. I hate the fact that I can't own probably Masters of the Universe because Masters of the Universe was a fun movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I grew up with He-Man because obviously I would like it. I will not probably be able to own it because I'm not sure if Amazon will put out a Blu-ray of it. I have no recourse about it, and I hate that. And I think people, and this is also tying into the Sony discussion we had like 2 weeks ago, when they announced they would cease production of PlayStation discs. It is just not, how would I say this? It is just not okay. I know this sounds very, very demanding and almost entitled, but I hate it. I just fucking hate it that we cannot buy these things anymore as easily as we used to be. I now that I have the money, I can't spend it. I just can't. I can't go. I mean, I still can do that. I think movies are still okay for the most part. Anime is for more and more victim to the streaming sickness, where there's only Crunchyroll, and you have to basically beg Crunchyroll or hope for Crunchyroll to release a Blu-ray of the anime. I mean, they put up Black Lagoon for its 20th anniversary, or was it 30th, 20th? I think it was the 20th anniversary for 1 month and then pulled it again. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? This man in the new He-Man movie was hot. Yeah, he was. I will concede to that. You know, it was. Oh boy. Hate that DVDs are in Blu-rays are disappearing. I mean, they're not really disappearing. I feel like they become a more niche product. Because a lot of people are just and I'm aware that I'm in the minority and a lot of people don't see it that way anymore. But it's like people don't really. I've had this discussion with a colleague actually yesterday. It was a pretty fun discussion. I feel like a lot of people just want to consume and don't really want to think about the media that they consume. They don't want to be collectors. They don't want to think about deeper than surface level about the media they engage with. That's also why book sales are kind of stagnating, except you have like a huge hit on your hands. What the fuck is that? Artificial scarcity and underhanded sales tactic. Yeah, that too. Book sales are kind of stagnating, except if you have like a huge hit on your hands, then literate people will probably do the literacy thing. It's all just I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating, really. It just like I have it's just genuinely hard to be a collector when I feel like I'm trying to get a part of reality. Well, it's like I'm trying to fight reality, but yeah, I get that, Akira. And yeah, I don't know what to say actually. It's just sad. I have this like when DVDs first came out, I'm not sure. Are you who's old enough to remember the release when DVD came along for movies? Are there people in the audience who still remember going to the store and buying DVDs? I'm not talking about Blu-rays, I'm talking about DVDs over here. And I had a region free DVD player. I still have one. And I remember like I went fucking ham. Like I bought DVDs. Like I was like when the DVD player craze hit, I was hugely into Hong Kong action movies. And I went back in time and I got like all the classics. I got The Killer. I got A Better Tomorrow. Actually, I have A Better Tomorrow by John Woo. I have like this huge, I ordered a huge fucking box set and it's made like a book. And if you, it's like leather, a real leather bound book. And if you open it up, there's like movie stills in there and everything. It's like an insane collector's piece. And like you get all three movies and it's so good and it's forever mine. And I kind of miss that. They make like cool collector's editions. Not like dog shit that they add some plastic to, but like make really good stuff about it. I have the Terminator 2 Blu-ray collector's edition, like the one that's the skull, the Terminator skull. That one's fucking fire. I also have the Japanese Terminator 1 special edition on DVD. Because that one had like exceedingly good picture quality. I actually ordered that one from Japan. Like so much. The Lord of the Rings collector's editions. Yeah, I have those too actually. I have. I'm not sure if where you're from they are different, but I have. What do you think could be the underlying reasons for consumer consuming but not engaging with what they consume? I think Disney really encapsulates what you said, especially Marvel and Star Wars. I do think there is two reasons for that. Two main reasons. One main reason is we got conditioned do not really engage with it. And the second reason is a lot of people just don't want anymore. Because they don't have, I don't want to say the intelligence, but they don't have the mental capacity anymore, or just don't want to be bothered by it. I have a very good friend, IRL, who really just goes into a movie. We went to the movies actually quite frequently, and if I start after the movie talk with him about framing and about lighting and about how the scenes were edited and stuff like that. I'm not a director. I'm not even a very good movie critic. I wouldn't say, but like I look for certain things, you know? Like for example in a kung fu movie. I just recently watched The Furious. By the way, that one was great. I look for how consistent are the fight, how consistent is the fight choreography, how many cuts are there, can I follow the fight choreography, how is it framed, right? I look for things. I want to see what's going on, right? Is it like Taken 3, where you have the feeling that the cameraman had Parkinson's, or is it actually made with love, care, and like a reverence for the art? And if I talk with this friend about these kind of things, he can't really process it and goes into a blank stare because he doesn't understand the behind what goes into making a movie. He doesn't understand it. He either just says, "Oh, I liked it," or "I didn't like it." It's a very binary. And the problem is he couldn't even articulate why. We watched Pacific Rim together. That's actually a pretty good example. Because I said I liked the movie because Pacific Rim gave you a sense of scale because of how they used the camera during the fight scenes and whatnot, because it was a lot of the time near the bottom of the screen, or you were like in the position of a pedestrian looking at this stuff, and like it gave you a sense of scale because the camera work was really good. Blah blah blah. I would just give him my arguments, and the only thing he came up with is like, "No, the love story was shit. I didn't like it." Like he couldn't even. I asked him, "What didn't you like about the love story?" He couldn't even like. I mean, the love story was not good. Yeah, let's just be frank here. But I don't think that was A, the point of the movie, and B, if you, I don't know, if you can't even like articulate why the love story soured the entire film for you, then like, and that's why I feel like people do not really want, or they don't want to think about things, you know? And it's also like that discussions around media have been very homogenized, especially when you look into fandoms. There's like always like one interpretation, one canon thing, and you have to follow that. If you do not do that, you're either a Luddite or you didn't get it. Even if you watch something and come to your own conclusion about something. That's also a phenomenon that is really, really prevalent. You can't really, discuss something. I think that a lot of that is also the online discourse that soured it. But there's a good example is the Undertale fandom. Because a lot of them are, or the vast majority of them is against doing a so-called genocide run, like where you go and kill every monster. That is a possibility in the game, but they will fiercely oppose you if you do that. I don't know why. Like, it's just a video game. And it's a lot. A lot. And I think there's a lot going into this. I just, think also that if you, a lot of people also take, if you criticize something they like, take this personally. I've seen recently discussions about Persona 4, about the revival game, and there were some people who said, yeah, I'm not very happy with some direction this new revival takes, and was like a complete shit show. It was a complete shit show. And yeah. Yeah, Danganronpa fandom is... Here's my take. Enjoy media without the fandom. Like, you do not need to be part of a fandom. I strongly oppose fandoms, actually. Enjoy what you want to enjoy on your own terms. And then come to your own conclusion. Did I like it? Why? I didn't like it. Why? Ask yourself these questions. Think about the media you watched. I think you're right. I won't fool schizopods in your stream, but fundamentally we are being bred to think less critical. Chemicals in our food, messages in our media, like cattle. Yeah, I think it's part also is conditioning. That we just do not personally think about the things that we consume. We are just trained to consume. And they obviously want that, They don't want you to, like, read Blood Meridian for the 50th time and find new things about it that you could interpret with it. They want you to buy the newest book. Because otherwise they don't make money. That's part of it, surely. And another thing that I will say is, whatever you do consume don't consume mindlessly. Think about what you like, what your preferences are, and then find something, take the time. It's really worth it. Take the time to find something that suits your palate. Don't consume blindly. I don't want you to do that. I want you to think about the kind of video games you like, the kind of movies you like, the kind of books you like, and then go from there and find something that gives you joy, actual joy, because you read something where you say, yeah, that's fucking great. I'm glad I spent that money on that book or on that game, or yeah, just be mindful what you get for yourself. And very important. I know this is ironic coming from somebody like me. Do not listen to streamers and influencers. If you are sure that your preferences overlap with them, you can do that. But don't listen to them. I know this is highly ironic coming from somebody like me, but I'm also the one who always says, if you watch my streams and you like the game I played, please play it for yourself. Because you can always have a different takeaway than what I had. you can have, it is a fundamentally, it can be a fundamentally different experience for you. Fundamentally different. And it is just so important that you actually engage with the stuff you see online. Actually engage with it. Because we also had the discussion, can you be part of a fandom when you haven't played the game? And I'm also gonna go out here and say no. You can be, and you can like the characters. Yeah. You can like the art, everything about the game and everything. But I would say to be a fan, you have to play the game. You actually have to sit down, play it, and then have a takeaway. I know this is a hot take, but that's my hot take for today. I think it's gotten out of control, especially with Resident Evil 9 recently. I think if people make an effort and want to play the game, yeah, go for it. Here you might want to give Helldivers to a try. Honestly, I just want to play games alone is my problem. I mean, I'm fine with that, but I've been doing it alone for way too long, in my opinion. Helldivers 2, like Agatha said, there is a truckload of good games out there you can play. I'm fairly certain. I'm just not a very good advisor on multiplayer games, as we said at the start. I think the Hunt community is pretty great. If you go into the Hunt community, you will find people who play with you. Hunt Showdown. Helldivers 2 is great, has a great community. They are very welcoming. That's very much true. You probably already play FF14, so I don't even make any assumptions about that. I know that FF14 is very, very well liked in the LGBTQ community. Miss that feeling. Oh, I remember that too, taking turns with a friend. So when I was a kid, I had a friend. He had a oh Jesus Christ, what was it called? A Genesis for US folks. A Sega Genesis. He had a Sega Genesis, and I had the Super Nintendo. And I would go to him. We would play his Genesis games, and he would go to me, and we would play my Super Nintendo games, and we would take turns. I remember when he got The Lion King, played the shit out of that game on his Genesis. And once you lost a life, it was the other's turn. That was the rule. Like, you lose a life, you have to give up the control. And of course, he was always a little bit, he was always better and got further in. Because he had time to train it. I didn't. But he had the same issue with me. I played Mickey's Magical Quest. I love that game. I know it's Disney and whatnot, but I love Mickey's Magical Quest on the Super Nintendo. It is an easy game, but I love that platformer so much. It is such a good time. And I could beat that game without losing a life at one point. And he was always frustrated because he wanted to play. And, but I just didn't die. So he had to just contend with, yeah, okay, I'm watching you. And then at one point I said, you know what? That's not fair. We are doing a new rule. Once I finish a level, I have to give up the controller to you. And that's how we roll from there on out, too. That was fun. Some Disney content is okay, in my opinion. I think Disney up until like maybe the early 2000s was fucking banger. Like Disney always made good shit. I think Disney just went downhill after the 2000s. Really, really badly. They also made had fantastic licensed video games. They had the Aladdin licensed video games by Capcom, I think. They had the Lion King by Capcom. They have some amazing stuff. Disney always rocked the house, but it's like I think since they bought like Marvel and Star Wars, and since they started like doing these weird ass live action remakes, it's all going kind of downhill. It's not fun at all with them. So yeah, that's my hot take for today. I hope you liked it. On media, or just stayed on media. South Park roasting Disney is always beautiful, though. Oh, a good roast is always nice. Good roast is always nice. Like, Treasure Planet was a fucking great Disney movie, for example. There is more. Like, again, I'm happy the live action movie lost 100. I mean, that was like one of the dumbest thing they've ever done. It is so like Moana isn't even like 10 years old. They make a live action remake and it is not good. It is just not good. It's a complete disaster from top to bottom. And I mean, if we talk about flops, Supergirl was even worse. That one lost like 160 million, I think. And yeah, it's like, I mean, my take on the entire live action remakes is pretty much pretty easy anyways. They shouldn't even like have been made. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist. I don't like to say that about media. But they should have at least thought more carefully about it, because it's just not. Supergirl did worse than Morpheus. Really? It did worse than Morbin Time. Oh my god. Oh god. Like, I'm gonna be the first one to admit I love James Gunn, but whatever he made with Supergirl, I know he wasn't really involved in it, apart from being the producer, but Gunn, what were you thinking? But to suggest something to watch, might I suggest Last Samurai Standing? It's amazing, and you'll love the cinematography. I will definitely. Oh wait, isn't that like a TV series? I think I've seen the first episode of that. Isn't that like a Netflix series or something? That isn't that where they like do a tournament, and it's like a bunch of samurais and they clash and kill each other. Is that it? I think I've seen the first episode of that. I'm not too sure. But the first episode was pretty fucking dope, if it's the one that I think it is. Oh yeah, then I saw the first. Yeah, I need to get back to that one. I'm very bad at watching TV series, Charlene, because normally, for me at least, I see, or something that not all TV series, obviously, but a lot of TV series I've watched had like the movie, what I call the movie DC. They felt like overtly long movies, like 15-hour movies. And that's normally what puts me off. Like, you can condense that shit into 90 minutes too, you know? Saying one type of media shouldn't exist definitely crosses over to certain media are problematic to me and they all should die type of thing. Yeah, that's why I say I don't want to really say that, but at least when it comes to the live action remakes of Disney movies, I'm not very fond of them. I'd rather have Disney make original movies. But you can't do that with the shareholders, you know? Shareholders hate originality and they want their return on investment. The member berries, right? Yeah, exactly those. Maybe I should watch a bunch of Netflix anime to see where I can maybe rewatch stuff I love, but also get to be. That's a good place to start. If you going back to Netflix, Akira, watch Devilman Crybaby. You have to watch it if you haven't seen it. You gotta promise me. Gotta promise Uncle Orko to watch Devilman Crybaby. It's good. And yeah, Charlene, I will definitely check out Last Samurai Standing because I actually fucking love the first episode. I'm gonna go see it now, Mr. Orko. Yes, that's my boy. You go and watch a good TV series. On me. I don't even care if you like turn me off. Go and have fun. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. I think that's my main goal still, even after I well, I don't want to teach you yet. Hey, it's fine. I will survive it. But I was saying I started streaming in 2018. No, was it 2018 or 2019? One of the two. I don't remember really that well. But it's long ago. I'm nearing my 10 years. And I did actually good evening. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss something important while you were streaming for achieving 1,500? No, we were just talking actually. Just chatting. I had a hot take about media and the current state of art. But that's basically it. We are just chatting and I think the vibes are good in here. Yeah. I should do the just chatting streams more often. I enjoy those. And I think you all enjoy those too, apparently, because the chat has been flowing very well. I just need to get another just chatting screen up, maybe with some music and not just rain sounds. Sounds calm the orc down. Where was I? I wanted to make a point. Oh yeah, right. I started streaming in 2018, 2019, around that time. I was on Mixer, and my two goals that I had when I started the streaming journey was 1, get free video games, and 2, entertain people. And if it means by entertaining people that I give them a good recommendation to watch or to play, and they turn my stream off and do that, then my goal is finished. I've achieved my goal. People are entertained. That's how it's supposed to go. That's a good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. Good boy. Very good boy. Actually. So yeah. Oh well. Uvu. Any other questions? We have the Q&A. Ask me anything. Question is, do you get an answer that you can use? Other than that, so I could talk a little bit about video games. I know a lot about video. What's your favorite color? Because I'm trying to think of a question. My favorite color is green, actually. Okay, question: if you could ship your beefy orc self with a character from a cartoon, and or who would it be? That is an interesting question. I have to think about that. We should have seen that one coming. Yeah. So what so I'm gonna throw the question a little bit back to you. What kind of ship are we talking about here? Because I know a ship is normally a relationship, but for example, if I think about that word relationship, there's various types of relationships. And for one thing, I would ship my orc with Zangief from Street Fighter, for fighting purposes. I think it would go so hard if Zangief and the orc would just tag team up in a wrestling ring and just beat the shit out of their opponent. That would be amazing. Orca is a communist. I mean, we are a community after. So that would be something I should actually commission an art piece like that, where like we do a double DDT on somebody. As you can tell, I like wrestling. Orc and Zangief finally together. I know that was not a movie or cartoon, but friendship, competitive one, or romantic one, like your Zangief one, would be a competitive one. Definitely, yeah, that would be a competitive one. So Zangief would be somebody I can see as a really cool ship. A friendship I would strike with Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Mostly because I feel like I would fit pretty well in their squad as a enforcer. Relationship. I'm gonna need a boy and a girl. Who would be a good relationship for you? That's a hard question. Actually, you know what? what would be a fun relationship? I could see that. It would be pretty toxic on one hand, but on the other one, I think Sabretooth from X-Men would be fun. That could also be like a competitive relationship. Like, it could go both ways. I could see that. And when it comes to a love relationship, I would take Marissa from Street Fighter 6. The Italian one, the muscle mommy. I think... You know my likes. The muscle mommy. Beast from the X-Men would be another interesting ship I can see. I'm a huge Sabretooth stan, even though my idea of it is an AU one. I'd imagine something from RPG or visual novel for sure. Like Orko and Torahiko from Morinatsu. Yeah, I can see that as well. Banthro too. He's beefy. I'm gonna throw another one out there for all the fucking nerds. I'm gonna say one of the 12 were, are they 12? Yeah, they were 12. What's his face? Help me out here. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, how was the name of the guy who founded the Space Wolves? That guy. He flew into the Eye of Terror and was like, I'll be right back. He was cool as fuck. I'd follow him. The Space Marine. I don't remember what his name was. Lehman Russ, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Lehman Russ. I'd follow him into any hole. I'm trying. I know this is my main audience is not their forte, but I'm thinking about still girls. Maybe a short stack goblin would be something, but I can't think of one. Of a female gobbo from fiction. Oh yeah, the chick from I forgot her name. From Battle Chasers. That's an old comic. I think nobody remembers. I've read Battle Chasers religiously. I love that one. And then it kind of died, unfortunately. Oh yeah, since I can ship my arc. Old school Lara Croft. Yeah, Russ is a hottie and a fun character. He does the whole "Roar me, barbarian king" to make people underestimate him. To the point he believes it himself when he's hyper intelligent and cunning. Yeah, Lehman Russ is one of my favorite of the original Space Marines. He's a fun character. Oh yeah, another very, very obvious ship would obviously be Jesus Christ, what's his fucking name again? Oh my god, I'm so bad with names today. The orc from Warcraft. What's his face? Then again, the last Warcraft game I played was Warcraft 3. Yeah, that guy. Everyone is typing frantically in the chat. Sa Sourfang, exactly, Sourfang. That one. Could be like a mentor. I ship you with enough from Atlas. Oh my. Atlas is fun. I should play Atlas again. Dorotan Thrall Garrosh. Of course I said exactly the one you didn't pick, Sourfang. No, but it could be like a mentor relationship, mentor-student relationship kind of. Yeah. Those would be like my pick. But yeah, I think I need to commission like a fun piece with Zangief together. I would love that. Like a comic or something? Like a one-page comic spread? I think that's the favorite cryptid folktale creature. I'm gonna stay very based in Germany and say the Wolpertinger. It is just a stupid rabbit with like deer antlers and vampire fangs, but I love it and it's ours. There's a lot of cryptids I like actually. The Wendigo is also one that I really like. I also like the lore behind it. I'm actually not a big fan of the Sasquatch. I think that one's overdone. Like, it feels like in the US, every fucking state has their own version of Bigfoot. Respectable. We have jackalopes in America, yeah. It's like a rabbit with a horn. Yeah, I heard about the jackalopes. Yeah, but fundamentally, I want to do that more too. I want to go more a little bit into the spooky side of things as well. I was always thinking maybe I should like talk a little bit about creepy creepy folk tales from Germany, but I really didn't find any good ones. They were all like, oh, spooky ghost. Woo. And then yeah, but to be honest, I like learning about dogmen or beasts of Grey Road, in my opinion. Someone close to me talked to me about dog and man before. Yeah, there's a lot of cryptids out there. We actually did a cryptid tier list. Check that one out. It's in the tier list playlist on the channel. I did it with a good friend Siren. She's lovely. Man, but I need to. I'm gonna prepare that Baroque art tier list. That's gonna be so wild. It's gonna be so wild. Maybe I can pull a trick and get somebody on who I want to who I'd like to bring on stream. Maybe he's down for that. That would be so cool. I'm gonna talk to him about it. Because I like to do these tier lists with at least one guest. Because it's so much fun. Always. Yeah. Yeah, it takes shape. Agatha, I owe you one for that idea. I really do. This is like such a fucking out there idea and so cool. And I really want to do that. I really want to do that. Just need to get oh my. Could also like do a art movement tier list. I have so much stuff about art still. Like Soviet futurism. I talked about that actually at language school in my Russian course. We talked about like Soviet futurism, and if you know the Soviet space race posters and drawings and stuff like that, that's Soviet futurism from the 1950s, 60s, I think. It's such a cool. I love those. I really do because they look really epic. I'd like to learn about that. Yeah, maybe I should go more into that direction. I'm always hesitant to switch things up because I don't know if like the audience will like then leave. But on the other hand, why not try? I mean, it's not like people flock to my streams and watch me play video games. I really need to branch out a little bit and do something different once in a while. I think that just chatting streams, for the longest time, I thought just chatting streams were not that interesting. But it seems like they are more interesting than I thought. People turn up, people come here, people talk to me. I also think I never have any interesting things to say, but that's like, I need to get that out of my brain. Apparently I have interesting things to say, so we can do these kind of things. Yeah. No, Alpha. No. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Makes me think of that Archer meme. Which one? There's like countless Archer memes. I love Archer, by the way. Archer is great. If you haven't seen Archer, please go watch it. Archer is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It is so funny. It is so fucking funny. But grilled cheese, no! Stop it with the grilled cheese. No more grilled cheese. There is no more grilled cheese. Never. Dude, this is your last warning. I'm gonna fucking block the word grilled cheese and sandwich. I'm gonna block those words. Wait, what's wrong with grilled cheese? Why for the dislike of grilled cheese? It's a gag between me and King Alpha. So he's always asking me for grilled cheese sandwiches. And he doesn't even do it only in here. He does it everywhere. He does it in my private messages. He does it during anime night. King Alpha always asks me for either a grilled fucking cheese sandwich or or fucking chicken nuggets. It's his thing, yeah? And I'm just playing it up and say, look, if you don't stop asking, I'm just gonna ban you, you know? I personally love grilled cheese sandwiches. I make okay, I shouldn't oversell myself, but I like to think I make pretty good grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah. I mean, they're pretty standard fare. You take your bread, toast it lightly on one side, then you put the cheese in it, then you put some, like that, I personally like it, put some pickles and you put some jalapenos in it because it's fucking amazing. And then once you have all that inside, you clap it together, butter the outside and put it in a pan. It's just the easiest dish you can make. It's fucking delicious. I just like the sourness of the pickles and the heat of the jalapenos to cut like down the fat stuff, because cheese is incredible fat. And if you just have like only the cheese, I think it's getting too rich. But that's me, you know. I'm like, yeah. See, but he refuses to make it for me. Yeah, because you can do it yourself, you lazy fuck. It's not that hard. I'm a rage baiting troll for Orko. No, you're just a lazy fucking glutton. You're not even rage baiting over here. I think I make a decent grilled cheese sandwich myself. King Alpha. Grilled cheese. Orko. What? King Alpha, grill me. Grill me a cheese. Orko. I'm not grilling your cheese. That's the archery I'm talking about. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's just, you know, just make your grilled cheese sandwich yourself, Alpha. You can do it. I believe in you. I just believe in you. You can also make chicken nuggets yourself. I sent you even a recipe. I sent you a fucking video how to make fucking chicken nuggets. Like, what? Where's my video back? I told you to make them and film them. I've never got that video back. All I ask is to make me one, and I promise I'll stop. I can't make you one. You're like fucking. No, it was fried chicken. Fuck you. It's not fried chicken. It was fucking chicken nuggets. Get the fuck out. Are you insulting me? Fried chicken? I'm never gonna talk to you ever again. Fried fucking chicken, my ass. He is a brat. He is a brat, 100%. He's very bratty and he needs his bottom beat, but I think if I do that, he ends up liking it. I'm too much of a boy failure to be much of a brat personally. You're not a boy failure. I'm innocent and an angel. No, you're not. No. There's no way in hell you are. You come in here and just derail the entire conversation. Now it's again about fucking grilled cheese. Can you just attribute something decent about this conversation? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a grilled cheese sandwich, send you a photo of it, and then afterwards I just type in chat, "all gone," and it was so good. Oh, that grilled cheese sandwich, Alpha. Oh, it really rocked my palate. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Do it, Arco. No, you can't. Oh, I will. And I sent you the fucking smackiest of smacking sounds while I just chew on it and moan like a fucking porn star. That's what I'm gonna do. You can hear me smack. That's not fair. Grilled cheese orc ASMR. Exactly, it's what he's gonna get. Grilled cheese orc ASMR. I have a question for you before I go to sleep at 11 p.m. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Space King? Yes, I actually have. And I'm actually watching it. I love Space King. I love Flash Kids. It's fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun with it. That's no fair. Yeah, it is fair, Alpha. If you keep asking me for grilled cheese sandwich, you will listen to me eat grilled cheese sandwiches. Just for your listening pleasure. Praise be the space key. It is the spaciest of all. I'm telling Lajerta and Ivano, and you do it. They probably laugh at it and then at you. I know they will, because they're on my side, both of them. I just go and tell them. Go. Bring your little tier 3 hidden booty over there and tell them. I don't care. Do it. Come on, what you waiting for, big guy? Still waiting. Still waiting. Laughing now. I'm glad this is entertaining. Oh, I will. Just you watch. Yeah, go and do it. I'm still waiting. You haven't told them shit. Just go and tell them. Come on. He definitely has twig behavior. I'll do it on Sunday. He's gonna do it on Sunday during anime night because of course he does it. Alpha, I'm from this day onward, you're just the brat king Alpha. Not the real King Alpha, you're the brat King Alpha. Or the twink King Alpha, that's also. It's I might change your Discord name again from the Nugget King Alpha to the Brat King Alpha. I think I like that, the Brat King Alpha. I'm not a brat. do you want to wager? I think you want to wager. I think you do. I'm not a brat. Oh. You are. I know you are. This is like brat behavior. It's like power bottom behavior at the moment. Do we get a leash? Yes, we put him on a leash. And then we take him for a walk. I'm a good kitty. I'll get my grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, you know how? By going into the kitchen and making it yourself. That's how you get it. It's fucking easy. It is the easiest solution in the entire universe. And before you say you're lazy, that's on you, not on me. There's someone walking as my holy shit. That escalated quickly. Oh, Akira. That made me laugh. Rex tail. All right, everyone. I think it's a good point to stop for now. it was great chatting with y'all. Though I'll make sure I'll do it again soon. We're in my Discord tonight. In like 1.5 hours from now on, and watch a movie like always. So if you want to take part in that, let me know. Discord is invite only, but you can send me a message on any platform you have contact with me, and I can let you in. Other than that, thank you all for being here. Was a lot of fun talking to you, as I said. We will soon have our first developer stream, where I properly introduce my visual novel, where I show you what it's about, who the characters are. I probably won't have all the art together by then, but I will still go forward with it, because if I have all the art, it's gonna be next year. But yeah, I wanna show you what I got. I think I've been sitting on this for a year now, and I think I've made some good strides. And I'll just introduce you to the world and everything and what's coming up, basically. And then we do the Baroque art tier list, which will be a lot of fun. And then we'll see. We'll go from there. It's gonna be something. Yeah. Also, thank you for streaming. Yeah, thank you for watching, Retrofan. I'm happy to have you here. Fucking amazing. Yeah. Thank you for the stream, Cheesy Orco. Yeah, I'm the cheesiest in here. Thank you for your words. I feel great now. Awesome. Glad to hear. Okay, everyone, take care, and I'll talk to you all soon. Tomorrow, in fact, actually, but I don't know what the plan is tomorrow. But we'll see. I'll be live tomorrow again, and I hope I can think of something. Until then, take care, everyone, and bye.